Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome, Build Stuff. I'm so excited to have Build Stuff 2024 launching once again. This is by far one of the best conferences out there for developers. And I'm really honored to take part and share with you today what I call the networking challenge. So there's so much coding and so many developers and so many insane people and amazing booths and amazing opportunities and chess and parties but guys, it's all about people, and I want to not just give you, as you can maybe understand, I'm not a boring person, and I don't want to just give you, okay, go out there and meet new people. I want to give you a very special challenge today, a top challenge, something that will really be able to change not only the conference experience, but also give you some more skills that can help you excel in your career and obviously at the conference. So what you can do, you can also use the chat in Pine, those of you who are online, or if you are at the conference room right now, go to Beta 1 room on Pine, Beta 1, and you can write through the chat over there. I'll have a look as we go along. And let's start. And then we're going to have a few more questions as we go. Like at the end, you can ask more questions. So today I call it the networking challenge. If you are here, guys, I assume that you understand why networking, why making new friends is good and important for you. And I want to congratulate you for coming over and making this statement of listening to this session. But as I said, it's not going to be a regular session because, guys, the title is Networking Challenge, but what's actually going to happen? Are you ready? I'm sure you didn't think about it when you woke up in the morning, but what we're actually going to do today is this. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the secret agents of Build Stuff, guys. Each and every one of you right now are turning into secret agents, and I'm going to give you the secret agent skills to make sure you meet new people, you learn how to build better relationships with people from Build Stuff and from your work and business environment. And we're going to do it in a fun way and in a very engaging way. So the rules of the challenge are this. First of all, I invite you to join the secret challenge group. You can scan this QR code. You will see it along the deck. The format is this. Right now, we're going to have about 40 minutes where I'm going to teach you some of the most amazing, natural, authentic skills to connect with new people. And each and every day, you will get today and throughout the conference, tomorrow and up to the 15th of the month, you're going to have 3 tasks per day. And I want you to put those tasks, how you completed them, with some pictures and description in our group. And we're going to have a winner in the next of the 3 days. But again, what's importantly is I want to teach you guys the skills to really be able to network with other people. And why do I do it? Who am I? Why do I tell you how to do it? So my name is Lirone Glikman, and I'm very happy to be here once again. I was last year also in Build Stuff. I am an international keynote speaker. I specialize in networking and personal branding. I realize this is one of the most crucial skills for life, but no one has ever taught us how to do it, and that's why I'm here. I'm a global business development consultant working with startups. I work over 20 years around the world. I'm also working in the UN, and I love people. I love traveling. Unfortunately, I couldn't travel to Lithuania today. Yoga and whiskey, and my book, Magnetize, will come in just a few months, my book about networking. Now, what are we going to learn? How networking can skyrocket your career and obviously your Build Stuff experience. How to break the ice with people at Build Stuff, how to get to know new people authentically and not in an annoying way, but in a way that works for you. We are going to talk about ways to connect meaningfully and be memorable with the new people that you're going to meet. Build Stuff is full of amazing, smart, like creative people, and I want you to enjoy from one another. I'm going to teach you how to nurture those relationships. So once you met, how you maintain relationship with the people you want, not with everyone. And how to drive real results, get real opportunities, support, even job, even hire people. So again, I invite you to join the secret challenge group on WhatsApp, get this QR code, and let's start. So guys, networking, just to make sure we're all on the same line. First of all, let's face it, it's an annoying word. Nobody really likes this word, but the world has actually was created through people collaborating together. And that's why I love to say that networking is about forming an authentic bond. It's about giving to people. It's about finding interest in others and even enjoy it, because this is how it accelerates results in life. It can start with meeting one of the most amazing and interesting people through Build Stuff Conference, which can going to change a lot of things for you. Maybe how you think, maybe they're going to solve something for you. Maybe they're just going to make you laugh. Like, that's the most amazing thing that happens when you meet people. So what can you gain from networking? So much. And I want you to think about it. In a few minutes, I want you to answer this. So you can get job opportunities. You can get knowledge and resources from meeting new people. You can get access to leaders and information. You can strengthen your connections with current people. Let's say you see some people from the industry or maybe former bosses or some colleagues. You can get to know them better because they are in Build Stuff or just in your regular day-to-day environment. You can make new friends. You can hire people maybe, and you can enjoy. And let me tell you one more thing. Research shows that if you make friends in your business environment that are on the one hand instrumental, meaning that they help you make your job better, and also emotional, meaning you can feel comfortable opening up to them. Listen to this, guys. If you have friends who are also good friends, you can open up to them, but also that can help you business-wise, then your life expectancy will increase in 4 years. So networking is also a lengthening opportunity for you guys. Now I want you to write, you can't write in the chat, maybe you can write in the chat in Pine, and also if you're, just go on Pine, beta 1, and I would like you to write, what were you able to achieve through networking? Each and every one of us was already able to achieve things through networking, to achieve job, to achieve love, maybe find a new car, maybe get promoted, maybe get your project done, solve something. And first of all, I want us to all remember that we already do it, and we have achieved things from that. So let me just change my screen and I'll move to Pine 1 second. And I invite you to write on Pine what you were able to achieve from networking. And let me just share the Pine screen. Okay, so I invite you guys to write on the chat, what were you able to achieve from networking? All right, so I see jobs. I get some messages here. So you found a job. You found a solution to something. You were able to get promoted. Thank you. I got some messages in the chat as well. All right. So let's go back to our deck. So when we meet new people, just as a basic rule, the currency, what we kind of give and take, is the value. Like if we go to the supermarket, we pay with euros, right? If we meet new people, we pay with value. And value can be many things. It could be connect people to other people. It could be share different information or resources or some tools or some, I don't know, codes for GitHub or whatever. And also what I like to call, and that's the most important thing, guys, the experience. What people are actually experiencing when you are connecting with them. Do you know that we remember feelings, remember how people made us feel rather than what they actually gave us. So I want you to think, what experience, how are you going to come across when you meet new people? How do you want them to remember you? And what within you authentically you're going to share? Are you going to share your sense of humor? Are you going to share your knowledge? Are you going to just smile and listen? These are all experiences that we give to other people. Now, if it's so good for us, I'm just praising how relationship building is amazing for us, but let's face it, most of us just love to hate it. And there's a few reasons why we don't like to do it. First of all, there's always this thing, thoughts that come up when we meet new people, and I'm sure you experience that as well, is like, oh my God, maybe I just said something wrong. Or many times I got to think, oh my God, they're probably gonna think I'm so stupid, or maybe they're not gonna like me. And these are so natural thoughts, and we all have them. And when I was young, when I was younger, I always had friends, but I wasn't sure, again, how to make this friendship strong and how to make me feel good and how to really support one another. And what I realized was actually shocking. The first thing is that no one has ever taught us how to network. I don't know if you had networking class in school, like life or business world expect us to know how to do it, but no one teaches us. And that's why I decided to take this as a life mission and teach people. And the second thing, which was actually one of the most amazing piece of data I received, and listen to these guys, because when I heard this piece of data, I just felt much better. Research shows that 90% of the population, 90%, reports some level of shyness and anxiety in social interactions, meaning that you, me, and everyone here in the room feel uncomfortable to approach new people. So if you're going outside of the room or going to the office and see someone, you see them every day in the elevator, or they're just standing next to you in the booth, you and them are so uncomfortable to connect with one another. So I want you to remember that. And then it just reminds us that in order to achieve new things, to meet new people, to get amazing experiences, we have to get out of our comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. Now, before we go dive deep into the actual spy tools I want to give you guys, the secret agents tools I'm going to share with you, I want you to know that, I mean, you all have, I'm sure your idols, right? Like Steve Wozniak, that was one of the founders of Apple, or even Elon Musk, or Warren Buffett, or you have your own idols within your community. People that you really admire because they're smart, they're great developers, they're great inventors. I'm sure that each and every one of them had some issues with connecting with people, which they had to learn. I like to share the short story of Steve Wozniak, who was one of the founders of Apple with Steve Jobs. And he was a great developer, and he thought that because I'm a great developer, because I know to do my job the best, I can get my business sold, I can get my business promoted. And then he realized that even if he was a genius in technology, he wasn't able to sell Apple, he wasn't able to sell himself and get what he wanted because he didn't know how to connect with people. And he felt many times very frustrated, like his work just doesn't work because he can't get people to understand what he's doing because he's not connecting with them. And then he realized that technology alone, being a genius, doesn't work. So when he was working with Steve Jobs on Apple One and Apple Two, he realized that he had to learn how to network with people. He used to go to events and nobody really cared about him because he wasn't putting himself out there. So this is what he did. First of all, he decided, okay, what I love most is talk about technologies, about coding, about developing. And when he met new people, he started talking about developing, about coding, about some issues. He talked about what he cares about most. And even for you guys, when you go outside of the room, most of the people around you in the conference are developers, which will be happy to talk to you about what you love. So make sure, obviously, to find the topics that you're comfortable, like Steve Wozniak did. The second thing he did, he learned from mistakes. Every time he spoke with people, he took a few minutes to recap, okay, maybe I could have said this better, or maybe this thing worked for me, that didn't. So he tried to learn, and that's how he was able to improve. He was also tried to talk to a lot of people who knows a lot of people, like the organizers of the conference, or speakers, or people who are, networkers. When he shared his ideas with them, he knew that they will keep sharing his ideas with other people because they are more talkative than him. And eventually, as we know, Steve Wozniak was founding Apple. They did amazing job, amazing money. They were able to succeed. But I'm sharing this story because he wasn't a born communicator, a born networker. So it means that we can all do it. With that in mind, let's go back to our challenge, guys. So everyone can do it. You just have to go out of your comfort zone because this is really where the magic happens. Let's start. Challenge. I don't know if you can hear the James Bond music in the background, but I can hear it. So this is your secret challenge, my dear Build Stuff agents. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you some of the most important spy connecting skills that you can take to the conference and beyond. Then I want you to join the WhatsApp group. Please see the QR code to the right of the screen. You will get a daily task today, tomorrow, and the next day. And I encourage you to complete it and share a picture and share how it was for you. Then this is where you report it. And on day 3, we will announce the winner. We're going to have a raffle between those who was able to complete the 3 days of a challenge. I'm going to give you an Amazon gift card and 1-hour networking consultation with me to increase and grow your career. So this is what we're going to do. Now I'm going to teach you the tools that you can take to anywhere, to the conference and to your job environment. But also I'm going to teach you, I'm going to then share with you the challenge. And today, November 13th, the day 1 of the challenge, we're going to focus on Operation Icebreaker. That's the secret session you're going to have today. Tomorrow in the WhatsApp group, the mission is going to be a mission intelligence. And on the 15th Friday, the day 3, the mission that you're going to get, my dear secret agents, will be called code name collaboration. So let's dive right now to the tools, to the skills, and then through the WhatsApp group, you're going to have 3 challenges on each of the next 3 days. Ready? Let's dive in. So I want you to think, what is your goal? When we want to meet new people, when you're going to leave the room right now and going to see so many people out there in the booth or just eating or in the queues, you're going to think, okay, why should I even connect with them? So I want to give you a few ideas to think before you approach people. What could be your current career goal or current Build Stuff goal? Maybe you just want to enjoy and you want to meet new people because you understand you can open your horizons and just have fun and laugh with new people. Maybe you want to learn from them about coding, about mutual challenges. Maybe you want to solve a certain coding issue, and I'm sure there will be so many people who maybe have been through this before. Maybe you want to find a mentor, and you can find different managers or developers that might be your mentors. Maybe you want to earn more and you're looking for a new job. So I'm sure some of the people at Build Stuff can help you, get to know more opportunities. Maybe you want to transition to a new role within your company and you want to talk with more people from your industry or company. So now, maybe you know what we want. Maybe some of the goals I mentioned are clear for you. And maybe you're still unsure. You're just there to learn and you don't have a specific goal. Don't feel uncomfortable. That's totally natural. So if you know what your goal is, just aim to meet people. Ask them about the code issue you want to solve, or the hiring you want to hire, or maybe the mentorship that you're looking at a specific aspect. And if you're still unsure why you want to network with people, then I just recommend to let Lady Luck give you, the answers, and just get advice from diverse people and diverse roles. Just ask questions to learn about the people, and I'm sure it will help you also understand more what you can enjoy and get from the conference. So first of all is the goal. Second thing is connecting with people. Once you know that you want to look for people who are expert in Python, for example, that could be a goal. Then you want to connect with them. And now, again, I encourage you to scan the QR code so you could join the challenge right after this session. So you have a goal. Then you go outside of the room. You want to connect with people. Even if you're now at the office, you're going outside of your office. You want to connect with more people in the company. So I want to share with you a story that happened in Berlin last year, which really can transform how you attract people to you at the Build Stuff conference or any meeting. Last year, I was at this meetup in Berlin, Techstars Berlin, and because I'm also consulting to startups, I wanted to connect with them. I knew all the audience was startup founders, but I couldn't go one by one and say, hi, you're a startup. I couldn't connect with them one by one. I had to make sure they will come to me. And if I put it parallel to where you're now, you're at the conference, right? So all the people around you are developers, but you can't go one by one. Hey, are you a Python developer? Hey, do you know how to solve this problem? It just just not realistic, obviously. So what I did is what I called the Q&A hack, the question and answer hack. So I want people to come to me. I wanted the right people to approach me. So this is what I did, and that's what I encourage you to do. When there is a Q&A part, what I did in this event, then, someone raised their hand and said, hi, my question is, and then another person raised their hand and said, my question is, and then I raised my hand and I said, hi, my name is Lirone. I'm a mentor on business development at Techstars in Tel Aviv, and my question is, and I asked a very relevant question. But what I did, I also introduced myself before asking the question. And after the question and answer part, people approached me. Oh my God, you're a mentor. Oh my God, you're doing business development. You're also a Techstars team. So I used the Q&A hack to attract the right people to me. So what I encourage you to do at the end of the sessions, of the amazing session you're going to listen to, even you can do it on Pine. If you're in Pine in the chat, you can introduce yourself if you raise your hand and say, hi, my name is, Jan, and I am a developer and I specialize in Python and C++, and my question is, people will remember you and some of them will approach you, and that's how you attract people to you, which is much easier than introduce yourself to people. So I want you to embrace the Q&A hack, use it, try it, and see how people respond. So that's one thing that I want to help you to start connecting with people. The second thing is like them first. If I'm telling you guys that you're now secret agents don't wait for people to come to them. They're the one to come first. But when you come to people first, you need to understand that you want them to feel comfortable. So the interesting thing is that our brain, our physiologically brain works in a very interesting thing. Basically, we have our operating system in our brain, right? And in our operating system, we have a few assessments. And when we meet new people, our brain operating system has a few flags. The first flag is the threat assessment. When I see someone, within a split second, my mind asks me, is this person is a threat or no? And then my mind will say, okay, he's not a threat. The second flag that comes into our brain, to each of our brain, is, does he like me or not? And when we understand they like us, we understand it's safe, it's not a threat, and the person seems like he may like us. So that's how our brain works. And when I was younger, I was always waiting for people to approach me. I was waiting for them to show me that they're not a threat to me and that they like me. But then I realized that if I will be the one to show them first, I'm not a threat to them. If I will show them first that I like them, I will have more chances to connect with them. And showing that you're not a threat and that you like someone initially, it's really not a problem. It's really about just smiling. It's really about just looking in the eye. So I want you to understand how our brain works and bypass this assessment, bypass the flags, the threat flags and the likability flags, by just looking people in the eye and just smiling to them and making them feel like you like them first. So that's a top secret agent action in order to start connecting with people. And that's what I want you to get, my dear agents. Now, I want you to think, where can you initiate conversations in BuildStaff and also in any other place you're at right now? Just like a football game, when you need to plan where to be or where not to be, where the ball is going to be, where the right people are going to be. So I'm going to give you some. Oh, let's have the noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, it's really about locations to meet the right people. Lines, cues are amazing to meet new people. Cues to food, cues to drinks, and then you can just very elegantly and lightly and authentically smile. That's all you need to do. Line to the restroom, registration line that you had this morning. You can line at the door to the room, one of the rooms, maybe next to the sponsors booth. There's so many booths that you can start engaging conversations. And I remember from BuildStaff last year, there were so many cool booths with a lot of games and activities, which can also make you get to start engaging with new people. The smoking area, I don't know if you guys smoking. I'm not advocating for this, but that's also a good place to meet people. And then when you're in the line or if you're in the booth, you want to break with the ice with people. So again, join the secret challenge group in the QR code. So what you can do is just smile and let it roll. Like, I don't want you to be someone you're not, but I want you to push yourself a bit out of your comfort zone. So you can just smile and let it roll. You can ask to get introduced. If you have a friend that is with another person you don't know, just say, "Hi, can you introduce us?" Maybe. You can ask for direction. That works great. Sorry, where is room number 1? Where is the lunch? Where is floor number X? When is the chess game going to be? Today at 7 p.m. And then nice to meet you after you get the answer. Introduce yourself. Maybe you can give a compliment if you like it, like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt," or "What an amazing session we just had," right? "Oh, nice to meet you, by the way. I am Jan." After you did this, you're starting a conversation. I want to give you my small talk formula to connect with everyone and anyone. And again, if we're talking about you guys becoming the Build Stuff secret agents to creating new relationships, this is a subtle formula that you know of what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything new, but the way I structure it will enable you to get to know people authentically in your own way. I want you to find your own words, but also in a way that builds connection. The small talk formula has 3 parts: the first impression, the connection, and the continuity. The first impression happens in just like up to 30 seconds or a minute. It starts with a quick hello that I shared earlier, with a "Hi, nice to meet you," asking for direction. And then it has 3 parts: smiling, introducing yourself. "Hi, I'm Lirone and I'm an expert on networking," or "I'm Jan and I'm a Python developer, I'm a front-end developer." And just make sure to have the conversation on a positive vibe, just make it fun. Then after this first 30 seconds, the conversation goes into, okay, so what you do, and just try to learn more about one another. But I want to ask you to be aware of how you take few actions that create connection. There are some things that I call them the glue, that when you put those seeds in the conversation, you immediately connect to strangers. It also works biologically. Our body puts out oxytocin and different hormones that makes us feel more connected and loved. And that's how you make your physiology, and the other person helps to connect with you. You find common grounds. Now, common grounds is amazing because when we see someone that reminds us of ourselves or share similar thing, we both share the love for coding, we both share love for, I don't know, for chess, then we immediately connect because the other person reminds us of ourselves. And I'm going to touch upon it in a second a bit more. Find interest. It's many times easier, especially for developers or introverted people, to ask the question, not to answer them. So ask the questions, be interested in others. And when you're interested in others, you will immediately become interesting, because when we find interest in others, again, the other person feels so fun that you want to learn from them. And that connects you even more. And if you can, state the name of the person at least twice. You have name tag, which is good. So at least at the beginning and at the end, say, "Hi, Jan, nice to meet you." Okay, bye, Jan, we'll see you later. When we state people's names, it's also like subconsciously connects us. Now, I want to focus on 2 aspects, which again, these are game changers. And that's what you guys as secret agents should use, because this is, again, some of the glues for people. So you want to find a common ground, but you're not sure how to do it, right? So, okay, what can I talk to them apart from the conference? I want to give you the 4 P's of finding common grounds. And these 4 P's of common grounds will be a game changer, because you will always can go back to them and find topics to talk with people about. So these are passions, places, people, and present, what's happening right now. So you can talk to people about their passions. Passions could be coding, could be chess, could be hobbies, could be maybe their family, maybe their dreams, maybe the last vacations they've been to. So try to go to these directions of passion. And when you talk to people about what they love, then it just changes the vibe. You feel more loose, you laugh, you enjoy. That's where you want to get the conversation to. Places could be places you live. Maybe you're both from Vilnius. Maybe you both studied in the same university. Sorry, maybe it's your first time in Vilnius. Maybe you both travel to the US. Talk about places. People can be mutual friends, maybe speakers, maybe other celebrities that you know from the industry. And present is about what's happening right now. Talk about the conference, talk about the weather, talk about the plan, the chess game, about the last session you've been to. So the 4 P's of common ground will allow you to connect with people, because we connect with people who remind us of ourselves. That's the first thing. The second thing is questions you can ask. I told you, if you ask questions, when you find interest in others, you become more interested to them. So many questions you can ask. Usually it's open questions. Don't ask yes and no questions. Open questions will get the other person to talk more and for you to listen more. Some of the questions can be, why do you do what you do? Why did you decide to become a Python developer? What is the most exciting projects you're currently working on? What was the most exciting part of this conference so far for you? What brought you here? How did you hear about Build Stuff? Is this your first time here? Can I help you in any way? Is there anything you think maybe I can help you with my expertise? Can you share advice on and maybe ask them about some coding issues? What the most interesting piece of code or project you worked on recently? So these are some questions you can ask. So I'm going back to our small talk formula. It has 3 parts. First is first impression, then connection, then continuity. So you had a nice conversation. You talked about common grounds. You learned about their experience. You even shared some coding, ideas. And then maybe you want to continue. Maybe you don't want to continue the conversation, and that's good. But if you decide you still want to talk to this person, you maybe want to learn more from them, you had just fun with them, you want to see them in the chess game at 7 p.m. today, then you should do this thing. You should talk about what value you can give, like what can they expect to get from you, and set a hook for the next step. And when I say value and hook, I say, okay, maybe you understand that they want to know more about C++, some new releases around that, or new releases in GitHub. Then you can tell them, hey, I will send you an email with a link about the new release of GitHub, something around that, for example. So they now expect to get a link from you, learn more about GitHub, for example. So what value you can tell them, you can bring to them, again, if you want to continue the conversation. One thing, you can invite them for a chess game today in the evening. There's going to be a chess game, I think, in the floor 1 or the foyer. Just check the schedule. So you can invite them, hey, are you playing chess? Let's meet then. And then you have another chance to get to build a relationship with them. You can ask for an advice, or you can give them advice or debugging issues, for example. You can send them a link to an article, like I mentioned. You can offer feedback. You can connect them to other people that they want to meet. You can invite them to join an event or a community you're a part of. You can share resources or documents. Now, again, why do you want to do it? Because if you're connecting with people and you want to continue connect with them, you want to give them the next step to expect. Now, I want to go back to what we said earlier. Why should you connect with people? First of all, you can enjoy, you can learn from them. Maybe they can help you get some a solution or a job, or maybe you can hang out more in the conference and just have fun. There can be many reasons, and you need to find the reason why you want to communicate with people. But then you want to maintain relationships if you want to continue that. Now, I invite you to, again, scan the QR code to get into our 3-day networking challenge. And if I'm talking about you guys as secret agents of Build Stuff, then when you communicate with other people for the first time, that's how you start the relationship. The magic happens when you actually maintain the relationship and get them to know more about them, or connect with them, or collaborate with them. The best thing, and I don't know if it's right for everyone, I understand if you don't want to do it, but taking a selfie and then sending it to someone, that's a really good way to build a connection. Because you met once, and then you send them a selfie so they remember you out of all the people you meet, and then you can have another meeting, and build a relationship. So selfie is a great thing to do. You can also, when you want to maintain a relationship, and that's good for the people you meet in the conference, but also people from your work or from your industry or from your, again, company. I always connect with people on two levels. What I like to say care, which is more personal level. It's like what Jan needs and how can I give it to him? And then Jan say, wow, Lirone really cares about me because she just now gave it to me. And visibility is just be out there. So there are 3 days of conference, right? You're going to see the same people over and over again. And that's either under visibility. You're going to see them in the queue. You're going to see them in the lunch. You're going to see them in the evening. You're going to see them in the next day. And maybe you won't going to say a word to them, but you know of them and they know of you. So I want, again, these kind of people could be people that you can start speaking with. But those people that you spoke with once, and then you see them all over the place in the conference, then you can approach them later in another ways, because they remember you because they see you all the time. That's one way of maintaining relationship. The second way is talk to them about something more relevant to them, about how was the conference, anything I can help you, would you like to go and have lunch with me or something like that. That's how you build relationship, when you play with the two parts of visibility, that being out there, and care, which is more specific, closer communication. Sorry. And I call it drops of presence. So visibility, which we talked about just being out there in the conference, like someone posts, say hi in the hallway of the conference, meet them at the meetings, at tonight's chess meeting or events, or again, through the conference. So you just see them out there. But if you want to build relationship, just seeing them out there won't be enough. You want to communicate with them with care. So you want to send a personal message. You want to send an article about a relevant topic. You want to meet for a coffee. You want to share them something around a code review. You want to ask them to debug, help you debugging stuff. So these are the two levels of communication. And when you see them in the hallway and when you communicate with them personally, then you build a stronger bond, which you can take later. And maybe they can help you find a job. Maybe you can learn from them. Maybe they can be your mentors, and the opportunities are endless. Now, you met people, you had a good time, you enjoyed, and just like secret agents, at some point, they might want to ask something. Maybe they want to ask to get their LinkedIn account and connect on LinkedIn. Maybe they want to ask them to be their mentor. And the best thing to do it, to get results for your network, one thing is to ask directly, but we know that it's not always comfortable to ask directly. And I want you to do only what's comfortable for you. The second thing would be to ask for advice. Asking for advice, it's a genius hack, because when we ask for advice, the other person is not obligated to help us. For example, you can ask, I'm really looking for a mentor in your expertise, Python. What do you think I should do? So usually people will give you their advice, but they will also give you their solution, because what happens in our minds when we give other people advice, we actually try to help them because we convince ourselves, oh my God, I really want to help this person. How can I give them the best advice? And then we usually give them the solution. So if you ask someone, hey, I'm looking for a mentor in Python, like in your expertise, what do you think I should do? Then you're probably going to say, hey, you can maybe write in this group, go to this community, but I can also try to help you. Boom. You want to ask people, hey, do you think, how can I have some issue with specific coding. Where do you think I get answer about that? And then they might help you and get you the answer. So asking for advice is a really strong way to get other people to help you. All right, guys, and now we reach the challenge. So as you saw, I taught you about how to connect with people, how to break the ice, where you should go and start to find people, some words to start engaging. I shared with you the small talk formula to build a stronger, memorable bond with people when we use the common ground and the finding interest method. And I also shared with you how to keep the connection going once you want it, through visibility and care. Now the challenge starts. Now you have the basic rules to become a secret agent of Build Stuff. The secret agent role is really to actually strengthen your networking abilities. If you will take this challenge, you will be able to do more, to get out there, to meet more people. You will get my also guidance, and you will learn how other people in our nice WhatsApp group making new relationships in the conference. So what I want you to do to become the secret agents of Build Stuff and start meeting new people. Join the WhatsApp group. You will have daily tasks. They're not going to be too hard, but I want you to find a way to do it that works for you. Then you will report back, hey, I did the task, and if you can, share some picture of what was there. And then day 3, we will announce the winner that will get an Amazon gift card and 1-hour networking consultation with me. Now, the tasks are not going to be too hard, but they're going to be good enough for you to try them out. So the task for today, in just a few minutes, I will post the first task. The task of today is going to be an operation icebreaker, how to break the ice with new people. That's going to be today's task. Tomorrow's task, it's going to be mission intelligence. You're going to get some information out of the people that you're going to meet. And on day 3, the name is Codename Collaboration. You will learn how to collaborate with new people at the conference. So please join the QR code so you can really start making those relationships and meeting new people through our secret agent group. So before we finish, guys, we talked about how networking can skyrocket your career and build staff experience, how to break the ice and build staff with new people, how to connect meaningfully and be memorable, methods to nurture and strengthen relationships, ways to drive real results through networking. And I want you to remember, I know it's not easy for anyone and also not for you, but networking is really taking the next brave step over and over again so you could meet more people, so you could enjoy, so you can increase and grow your professionalism and your success. So this is where I'll be open for your questions. And again, I invite you to join the Secret Challenge group using the QR code. And let's make Build Stuff even more amazing through our secret agent skills and abilities. So I'm waiting for some of your questions, and I'm waiting to start the challenge with you at the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much.